Alright guys, I hope everybody's doing well. This is Patrick Rose, and I apologize. I'm not in a position where I have a camera or an audience. I'm currently out in Wausau, Wisconsin, coaching a collegiate summer baseball team, and it's our all-star break. And unfortunately I don't have the tools, but I'm trying to adapt here. Alright, so here's my PowerPoint presentation. I did a real-life example of high emotional intelligence. So here we go. Alright, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence redefined is a different way of being smart that is all about how you handle yourself and get along with people. This is Daniel Goleman's definition that I liked and decided to use it. There are two competencies. We got personal competence and social competence, and within personal competence is your self-awareness and self-management, and within your social competence is social awareness and relationship management. Alright, so the person I decided to do it on was Coach Jeff Walker. He's my boss at Santa Barbara City College, and he's the head baseball coach there, and he's a mentor to me, and he's taught me a lot throughout the course of this season. Where I feel like I've grown my emotional intelligence in terms of what we're learning in this course. Okay, why does Coach Walker demonstrate high emotional intelligence? Well, Jeff displays a strong ability to check his emotional state before reacting. In other words, he's got some form of self-checks and balances, which I like to call. In other words, Jeff focuses on processing the stimuli before reacting in order to respond in a logical fashion. So he likes to take a step back, whether it's a bad call with an umpire, or it could be a player throwing himself around or giving him lip, which is unacceptable, but before reacting, he'll take a step back and process the information and then react in a clear fashion. One phrase I like to use every day is cool, calm, and collected. That's my motto. Anyways, Jeff Walker on self-awareness. Well, he communicates with his staff and allows for feedback. He's confident in the decision he makes. He continually looks for ways to improve as a head coach. He communicates with us. He's always asking me for feedback on practice plans, or game time, what somebody did, or what we should do maybe in a certain situation with strategy or anything in that regard. And I think it's a very cool quality of his. He's confident in the decision he makes because he prepares. He prepares before practice, before games, and when he makes a decision to put somebody in the lineup or gives a sign to a player, he's confident. And failure is inevitable in the game of baseball, and he understands that, which is also important, and we'll touch base on that shortly. But the reason I mentioned that was because even though he's prepared, he's aware of failure and how to adapt to failure. Because of his self-awareness, he creates a growing environment for his players and staff. And I think that's huge, because we all feel like we're a unit out there and we're all having a good time. And I think that is directly correlated in the business world. He creates a selfless environment away from ego and more about team. It's not about individuals out on the ball field or with Jeff. It's all about us growing together and being a unit. So I think that's a great quality of his, which he portrays on a day-to-day basis. Jeff Walker on self-management. He maintains his composure during difficult circumstance. He has the ability to think clearly as he stays on task. He has the courage to channel and let go of impulsive feelings, and he continually stays optimistic and trusts his preparation. Composure is a big thing. I think it is in business world too. You're going to have situations where you're going to disagree. Somebody's going to do something that you don't like. A player, is causing a problem off the field, could be on the field, anything. And when you maintain your composure, it sets the standard not only for yourself but also for others around you on how to handle certain situations. Another thing I like is he has the courage to channel and let go of impulsive feelings. You know, after games, we'll talk about certain situations that happen throughout the day, and in a way, it's symbolic for us letting go of something that maybe we didn't like, and I think, you know, that's helped me grow from an emotional standpoint, is seeing how Jeff lets go of things. You know, he likes to say whatever, not in a tone where it's like, oh, whatever, but he says, well, whatever, let's move forward type thing, and not let this get to us. Because of his self-management, we know we are going to execute as a unit. Bottom line is, you know, every day we go out, you know, we know we're going to execute, and that stems from our preparation, how we go about our business, how we manage ourselves. We are in control. We remain optimistic at all times, and we have a standard of how to handle failure, which is inevitable. And just like I touched based on before, failure happens in baseball, and the better we deal with failure, and the better we let go of things, the more productive we're going to be on this task that's happening right now, or on this next task that's happening right now. Jeff Walker on social awareness. He evaluates how one ticks in order to communicate effectively. He cares about the concerns of players and staff, and he remains receptive with an attentive ear without interrupting. Jeff is he's a great listener. He'll look you in the eye, and he's attentive. He shows you that he cares. He has the ability to empathize with you, and you know, players feed off this, because when a coach cares, it's a whole different ballgame. It's not some coach just trying to move up the ladder. Coaching at the junior college level and being a head coach, it was Coach Walker's dream, in essence. And so his players see this, and they feed off his concern for each and every player. Because of his social awareness, players and staff are better listeners and empathizers. Because of what he does, we all can empathize, we all care. We're all taken right after Coach Walker. We communicate more effectively as a group, and our team chemistry is stronger. Jeff Walker on relationship management. He believes in the value of building and maintaining relationships. He is very genuine in his attitude and approach toward others, and he understands the importance of seeking common ground. Jeff is constantly reiterating to me that networking is huge. Maintaining the relationship, initiating, you know, forms of communication in order to grow a relationship, and you know, it's not just for self-gain. It's because he actually cares about helping others in the future. And one thing he always says is, you know, never to burn a bridge. You always got to maintain your contacts and take care of the people that take care of you. On this last line here on seeking common ground, it's like if something's going on, you know, we have a disagreement as a staff, or there's disagreement with players. You know, he emphasizes seeking common ground, reaching out and asking what's going on, and finding a way to find some sort of common ground, so now we can move forward and maintain rhythm and balance within our unit. Because of his relationship management, there is an expectation to communicate. If there is uneasiness, we are all important, and we all have a role, and we appreciate one another equally. So I'm going to move forward. The last point I'm going to make is his impact on me, and this is me coaching out here fairly recently. Someone took a pic, and they sent it to me, and you know, right there I'm talking to a player about his at bat. You know, I felt he didn't have a quality presence up at the plate, and we're just communicating and finding a way to prepare him for his next at bat coming up. Jeff's impact on me through the course of this year working with Jeff has increased my emotional IQ as I strive to remain cool, calm, and collected during times of uneasiness. I have a better understanding of how to communicate effectively with others in order to maintain balance. I say balance again because I think it's a very key word in terms of what we're learning in this course. Thank you for taking the time to listen, as I hope you can take something positive from this PowerPoint presentation in your journey to becoming more emotionally intelligent. All right, guys, see ya.